Hello guys, today we're going to cover a new feature that Veryfi has, which is the business rules using the LLM. So what are the business rules? We know that Veryfi's model is in charge of extracting the characters from a given document, right? This is the OCR. It is usual that this OCR needs extra tweaks or extra information that we need to cherry pick from here, right? Let's say that we're not extracting this particular number, but we're extracting rather this total, and we're sending that into the field that corresponds to that, which in this case would be the invoice number, right? What if I need to tell the model, hey, don't look at that for the invoice number, but look up here? You will tell it based on this information, because we use regular expressions to tweak that information, right? So let's go to the business rules. We have the flavors right now. When you create a manual one, we either have the extract, where you tell it exactly when you need to extract using the regular expressions, and we have the LLM, which is the start of today's show. So why did we come up with this idea of using the LLM? So if we take a look at the different layouts that we can have for documents, we're going to see that in some scenarios it's not going to be as consistent as a dominus order. This is an example. Why? Because a dominus order is going to be like this every single time, right? It's going to have always the same information, the same order details, totals and line items are going to be in the same layout. But what about this one? This one is not even close to this, right? And it shares the same information maybe, but what if I need to extract something particular out of there? I cannot build up 20 different business rules that could impact the behavior and actually the maintenance out of that, because it's harder to keep track of 20 different business rules, right? And if we look at the OCR, we're going to see that there is no way for us to anchor information consistently here, because it's going to change every single time. So let's take an example. I want to extract this letter A that is right at the top of the document. If we take a look at this, we're going to see that we don't have anything that is going to be always the same information even before or after it. So creating a regular expression is going to be a little bit harder. Let's compare with this. So we're sure that it's not going to be the same. Here we are. It's not even the same layout. In these scenarios, we're going to make use of the business rules by LLM. So let's take a look at this one. This one is already built, but it's just the same logic as we do in any docs. We have the LLM extract. This one has a particularity that is going to be sending the information into the custom fields. We cannot update any existing fields or any of the out-of-the-box fields that Veryfi provides. We need to create a custom field. And this can be done here, right? So we're going to name this guy just category and airlines, and we have to provide a description. This description box is going to be used as a prompt for the model. So it's just the instruction of how it's going to look for the information within the OCR. I'm telling it in the is the flight category that is included in the first section of the OCR text. A capital letter starting alone could be an A, a B, a C, or a D. And I'm providing the example for that, right? This is basically just prompting engineering on how you're providing the information to it. You could make use of all the clues and tricks that we have for prompting right now. Once we click save here, our business rule is going to be saved. Make sure that this is enabled. If this is red, you haven't enabled that, and the way to do it is just right here. Once we have our business rule enabled and the trigger is properly configured, you can collect information from here. So let's upload the two documents again. And there we are. So let's compare what we have here. Let's take a look at this one. So we have the same OCR, but now we're going to take a look at the custom fields, and we have the category, right? Let's take a look at the first one that we extracted for that, which is this one. Yes, it's the same document. The OCR text, very much the same, but we don't have the letter A standing along here or the custom field because it wasn't created by the time it was extracted. Okay, so Important things to keep in mind with this feature. The OCR is going to take only, the business rules by LLM, it's going to be taken only with the OCR information. At the point that this is flowing into the microservices, the document, it's already compacted into just the characters. So the visual cues that we have here are nonsense for the model. You could do things like first section or at the end of the document or around the middle of the document. Things like that make sense because the model is going to analyze the whole text, right? It's important to remember that this is a huge, impactful feature for the latency, since we are taking into account things like the context window or the input that we're going to provide. The larger the document and the more characters it have, the more information that the LLM is going to process. Therefore, it's recommended to first use the standard regular expressions unless you cannot do it. What are the unlesses or valid unless? One of them is layout. If you know that the documents and that you're going to be receiving have a very different layout across all of the documents, that's your first clue to do it. And the second one is that you couldn't do it with regular expressions because it's a particular case where it is too hard or there are many different characters that are not captured in the groups or these kind of things. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the feature is there. It's not going to increase anything in your account. It's just a standard API call, but it's going to be slower because of the nature of how it works. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.